hello. For those who don't know me personally, my name is Ayul. If you're new to my videos, I make biblical teachings led by the very Messiah himself, led by Yahusha. Nothing that I talk about on this channel is what I want to talk about um, as a human, but rather what I'm advised to talk about. I'm not going to waste much time, just going to jump right into today's video. So today when I woke up, there was like an inspector at my door, and I went to go let him in. And as I went out there, I was just walking around the living room, and Yahusha started to speak to me. It was very surprising because I didn't expect him to do it in the way that he did today. And I wrote down what. Look at my mom is calling me. Sorry. Every time I make a video, somebody calls my phone as soon as I start the video, or when I'm in the middle of teaching. But praise Yah, that person hung up anyway. So, yeah, economic hardship is coming to Canada. Canadians, listen up. Listen very, very nicely. Listen very, very good. Listen very nice. Canada will face economic hardship, but I will not help them. Says God, says Yah. Maybe 2 days ago, 3 days ago. The past few weeks, actually, I've been praying. Are you serious? One moment. Just give me 1 second. Hold on. Anyways, my mother called me, of course, as I'm teaching. But anyways, yes, Yahusha said, economic hardship is coming to Canada. Canada will face economic hardship, but I will not help them. And before I started the video, before I started my camera, I said, Yahusha, let's not make any of this about me. Is there anything else you want me to say? He said, let them know I am striking them for their disobedience. So this is not something where let's just pray. Oh, God help us. God help us. No, it's nothing like that. It's not going to be anything like that. I'm telling you, it's not going to be like that. People don't understand that we are being watched. People don't understand, despite their beliefs, despite what you in your human mind think, you can't change the reality. And the reality is, God is angry. We are in the last days. We are in the times of the birth pains. And it's really interesting because in my, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 videos ago, I was told to talk about earthquakes and pestilence coming to various places. And now I'm speaking of economic hardships. And it's very much so linked to Matthew 24, if you guys want to go read that on your own time. It's all connected. So we're in the times where we're going to be seeing a lot of bizarre things. I'm not saying, here's the date. This is going to happen on November 23rd. There's no dates. I was not giving it a date. And quite frankly, I don't really think Yahusha, personally, Yahusha does not give me dates. Everybody else that is told to speak by Yah himself, they don't give dates. God does not give dates. And the reason why he doesn't give dates is so that he gets all of the esteem. He gets all of the glory. If you know the date and the hour that this is going to occur, you're probably going to be slacking off until you know, okay, this is the time. Let me start taking this thing serious. But he wants us to be ready for him. Like that good servant. That good servant. He wants us to be ready, on guard. Not even the Son knows the hour, only the Father. So why would us humans know the hour? We're told these things so that when they happen, we know that Yah does not lie. Many things that I've spoken of on this channel are happening. And it's not my power. I don't have some secret human power. I don't do witchcraft. I just listen to my Father and I proclaim what I'm told to say. That's it. There's no way that I would be able to know all of these things that I'm speaking of right now. So this is just a warning, I guess. A proclamation, I would say, to the nation of Canada. Canada is going to be striked. And God himself is allowing this thing to happen because of our rebellion and our idolatry. When I was driving to work maybe 2 or 3 days ago, I was in my car and I was asking him, why? What is Canada's judgment? Because we all know, yes, there's Babylon. We all know who modern Babylon is, right? But all the other nations are going to be judged because we know that sin disapproves a nation. Let's just read that. Let's just read that, actually. Let's just read that, okay? Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs 14. Give me one moment. Proverbs 14, verse 34. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to peoples. The definition of reproach is disapproval. So if a nation is filled with sin, it is a reproach to God. If the people in the nation love sin, it is a reproach to God. Therefore, when Yah looks down on Canada, it is a reproach to him. The nation of Canada itself is a reproach to him. Think of it as a very gigantic truck, a huge semi, and people are trying to push this semi just maybe off to the side or something. Let's just push it over here. But there's only 2 or 3 people trying to push this gigantic 1,000 pound semi. How is that possible? You're not going to be able to move it. So in that same way, we're unable to move this thing from happening because there's only 2 people. I'm not saying there's only 2 people in Canada, but reality, when Yah looks down on Canada, there's not many righteous in Canada. You can say that you are Christian. You can say you believe in God, but your heart, your thoughts, the intent of your heart, your desires, you cannot hide that from Yahuwah. The things that you think that nobody knows about you, and that maybe people in fact do not know this thing about you, Yahuwah sees that. Yahuwah knows the fake Christians. Yahuwah knows the true believers. You cannot fool Yah at the time of this. There may be many churches in Canada. I think there's many. You go, just drive down one street, you will probably see more than 5, more than 10, more than 20 churches. There's a church on every corner. There's a church building on every corner. But is Yah in these buildings? Are those in these buildings obtaining righteousness? as this says. No, they are not. They are not. We provoke Yah to anger. The modern church provokes him to anger, I'm telling you. Because we are liars. We think we can fool him. You think because you say the name, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And then when the church service is done, you wipe your hands and, yeah, you guys want to go watch the Avengers? Let's go watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Let's go watch this. Nonsense. Nonsense. You don't desire your Father. The true believer, they are in love. I'm telling you, in love with Yahuwah. They are in love with him. You desire him. When you lay on your bed, you desire him. You desire to talk to him. You desire, you think upon the things that are in this beautiful book. When you're out in the world, you're thinking of him. When you look at the world, you think about him because you see that he is not there. You see the disconnect. But because many Christians, I just feel like this needs to be clarified here. You can say you're Christian. You can say you believe in God, but you cannot fool Yah. And the way you will react when these things start to happen will really show who really knows Yah, who is not talking about God and Jesus for lip service only. It will really show who loves him with their mouths and with their mouths only, and who really have been growing and spending time with him in secret when nobody is watching. These times will really show who really is a true believer and who are the fake ones, the liars, the hypocrites. You cannot fool Yahuwah. You cannot fool Yahuwah. Many Christians will not know what to do. Their hearts will fail them. Their hearts will fail them because they did not prepare. You did not take the time to seek him for yourself. You did not take the time to study this for yourself. You did not take the time to understand what is the will of him. We say this all the time, the will of God, the will of God. What is the will of God? Ask yourself right now, what is the will of God? What is his will? More pain in Canada will be expected. I'm telling you. And I'm not saying this to comfort people's neck. I'm not saying this to try to exalt myself. I think we just need to be honest. Because Yah does not lie. He does not lie. This will come to pass. But I just want those who say that they believe in God, who say that they are followers, and yes, Jesus, and yes, God, and really mean it. Because soon it will be shown how serious you were about this God and about this Jesus that you speak of a few times a week. Those who speak of God and Jesus. But it's not here. Think of an Olympian. Think of an Olympian or a track athlete or somebody that's very serious, very dedicated to their sports. They wake up early in the morning. They wake up so early in the morning to go to practice. They don't miss practice. They train on their own time out of practice. They will skip hanging out, meeting up with their friends to dedicate themselves to this sport so that they are perfected. They're perfected in the time of the race. Why does a track athlete or an Olympian know how to do it for earthly things that are of no value to the spirit, that will not protect you from this? But ones who say that they are Christian and they're believers don't have that same concept for literally the most important thing that will save your life. The reason why this is happening is because Christians are not being truthful to themselves. Ask yourself, go on Google and type in how many Christians. I'm so sorry. People want to text my phone when I'm literally teaching, of course. But we will continue. Just go on Google and type in how many Christians are in the earth. Billions. Billions. If there's billions and billions and billions of Christians, I believe Christianity actually is the largest religion in the world. If there's billions of Christians in the earth, how are these things allowed to be happening? Because we would have power over the enemy, over Satan himself. There would be too much righteousness in the earth for this thing to happen. You know that scripture that says, if my people turn from their way, I will heal their land, right? So if there's billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of believers, followers, people that are genuinely running the race, how is this happening? How is this thing going to happen? We have to be honest with ourselves. This thing is going to happen because Yah has disapproved the nation of Canada. The nation of Canada is a disgust to Yahuwah. It is a reproach. It is filth to him. Because Canadians love their idols and they love rebelling against him. This applies to fake Christians as well. It's not just people of the world. Technically, fake Christians are of the world, but you get the point. You get the point. So, yeah, I just want to make myself very clear here that this thing is going to happen because Yah is allowing this thing to happen. Yah is striking Canadians. Sorry. Yah is striking Canadians for their rebellion, for their wickedness. He's tired. You guys have to understand now, we're in the times of Yah's wrath. And if it was just a small economic hardship, I don't think he would say anything. But truly, The times of the birth pains are now. We are now moving towards this period of time. And if you don't know Yah, the way that you know your mom, you know what angers your mom, you know what your mom loves. There's things you would never do around your mom because you know it would hurt her. She doesn't like it. If you don't know Yah like that, if you don't desire to live righteously for him, this is why these things are happening. And so prepare yourself for the times ahead, because the hour is upon us. Welcome to the birth pains, guys. Welcome to the birth pains. So, and we know it's not just gonna all the birth pains are not gonna just happen in one day. We know how Yah works, as he has said in his word. It's like a woman when she is about to give birth to a baby. First, the contractions are, they're painful, but they're manageable. And they start to get less and less and less manageable until she is in excruciating pain, screaming. So everybody in the hospital on that floor can hear her screaming from the pain of the baby. This is how the birth pains will roll out. But imagine birth pains from the Creator. These are not humanly birth pains. Imagine a human, I can go and I can punch somebody in the face, but they'll get over it, they're fine. These judgments are from Yah, not from man. So they will be times 30 what a human can do. What man do to one another to hurt each other is nothing compared to what Yah is going to do to repay for our wickedness in this nation. It's not just America. Yes, America is wicked. We all know America is up here. We all know the nation of America is beyond anywhere else in the world. This is common sense. But all other nations are not exempt, and they will all be judged for their own wickedness. For Canada, this is our wickedness, and we need to take accountability for it. So you can pay, you can pray, you can scream, you can punch the air as much as you want. This is going to happen. This is already set in stone. This is Canada's judgment. If you say you are a believer, please prepare yourself mentally. And I don't mean go to the store, stock up on food, go to the bank, pull out your money, put it under your bed. You can do that. But as I said, Yah's wrath is nothing, is times 3,000 compared to what we think in our human mind here. You think you can go to the bank, you think you can go and you can stock up on food. You will not be able to run from the judgment of Yahuwah if you do not know him. It doesn't matter how much food you stock up on. It doesn't matter how much money you put under your bed, because I promise you soon that money is not going to do anything for you. You can have $3,000 under your pillow, I promise you. It will not be able to do nothing for you. Soon it will be worthless. This will be worthless. You can have as many of these under your bed, as many as you want. Soon it will be worthless. You think you can protect yourself from my judgment. You cannot. I will strike you. Oh, oh, Yahuwah is coming for Canada because we have turned against him. Those who keep this thing, those who follow these beautiful words in here will be protected. Just as Noah was protected, and just as Joseph was protected during the 7 years of famine. In fact, if it wasn't for Joseph, everybody would have died, because the whole earth, there was scarcity of food. Y'all put it in the heart of Joseph to prepare, but if he didn't, they would have all died. I'm telling you. If Noah didn't listen, all of humanity would not be here, because Ham, Shem, and Japheth repopulated the whole earth for us. All the different nations came from those 3 men. So in the same way, those who are righteous will be protected. Though we will be here, the righteous will be protected, says Yahuwah. So, for those who have ears to hear, for those who have made it this far, to those who are heeding the warning of Yahusha, spend time with him. It's really just a matter of spending time with him. The same way you call your best friend, you guys go out for coffee, you go for walks. It's like that with Yah. It's the same thing. There's no difference. You open this, you read it, you spend time with him. He will show you more and more and more of himself, to the point where your heart will look like his. I'm telling you. It's really what's in here. You know? It's not just following this, it's being this in your heart. It's being this in your heart. Actually, not just with your mouth. You can talk all day long. It's what's in here. This. His burden is light, I promise you guys. It's easy. My yoke, my burden is light. As he says in here, you know, it's not heavy. It's beautiful. The way Yah has transformed my heart from the inside out, it's beautiful, and I would never have been able to do this on my own. It will get to the point where you don't even want to do harm to anybody. Even when people do harm to you, you will feel sorry for them when they're doing harm to you. Only Yah can put this in somebody's heart. Let's run the race. Because Yah's wrath is truly upon us. I'm not smiling because I'm so happy. Wow, economic hardship in Canada. Ooh. Ooh. I'm smiling because praise Yah. Praise Yah that he doesn't lie. I'm so happy because when this thing happens, I will be praising my Father. That's what I'll be doing. I will be praising my Father. You have to have enough stamina in you so that when these things happen, you won't even blink. You will go to the grocery store, people will be panic buying, grabbing whatever, screaming, their hearts failing them. And you'll be looking at them like this. Like, okay. You'll still quietly grab your eggs. You'll grab the last milk carton that's left for your children. And you'll go home. And you'll drive to your car peacefully. That is how the believer will be in these times. The true believer. Not the fake ones. The true followers of Yahuwah. The same way Joseph was collected, feeding everybody after storing all the food in the storehouses. It's fine. He didn't even flinch. So we gotta run the race, guys. This is not you can't run the race by laying in your bed. When you run a race, your legs are moving, your body is moving, your heart is pounding. You're running, you know? And that's exactly how we run this race, except it's spiritual. We have to walk out our salvation, as the Bible says. So, let's run the race. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. For those who have made it that far, thank you very much. You already know what you have to do. Be prepared mentally. Be prepared spiritually. Be prepared in your heart. Because people's hearts are going to fail them. People are going to be having heart attacks. I promise you that you will see people in Canada having heart attacks. Because they never thought that they would see what is soon going to occur in this country. There's no way the nation of Canada will escape the wrath of Yahuwah. For those that care, prepare yourself. Be ready. These things will not harm the righteous. Praise God. Anyways, I'm actually cutting the video now. Yah willing, I'll be back whenever I'm told to make another video. But yeah, everybody take care. Happy Sabbath if I upload this on Saturday. I don't know if I'll upload this on Friday or Saturday, but bye for now. Bye.